Maniacs, welcome back to the channel. First thing and foremost, I want to go ahead and say thank you so much for yesterday's support for my first ever episode of Pulse Paranormal, which is a podcast I started with Christian Lee. You may know her normally in the paranormal community. She is known as the owner of the Belair House here in Ohio, which she has very kindly actually gave me an opportunity and offered if I wanted to go over there and do my first ever paranormal investigation, which is a really cool deal for me because I've always wanted to do it. And if you guys want to see that, of course, go to that video, hit the like button. If we get 300 likes on that video, I will actually do a 1-hour session in the attic of the Belair House. Not sure when it's going to happen, but it will happen. So if you get 300 likes on the first episode of Pulse Paranormal, man, that's going to be so awesome. But we are going to get back into Sam and Colby today, so thank you so much for joining me on this awesome video. And yes, I am a reaction channel. I watch other people's content and give you guys my thoughts. Everybody knows this. This is not something new. Every once in a while, I'll chime on in and give my own personal opinions and whatnot during the video and after the video. That's just something I do. This is my channel, of course. If you don't like that, that's completely okay. I'm not going to force you to stick around and continue to watch me. I'm not going to do that. I completely understand if you don't want to hit that subscribe button. I completely understand if you want to just hit the thumbs down button. A lot of people, surprisingly, like to hear what I think. So if you like that, then definitely stick around and join me on this adventure to 100,000 subscribers, which is my end to be all goals. Like, that is the main goal for me, is 100,000. I don't have to go beyond that. If I can just hit 100,000 on YouTube, I feel like I really would have accomplished something amazing. So if you want, hit that subscribe button. Get me there faster. It means the world. All right, let's go ahead and dive into this video, and I'll give you guys my thoughts during and after the video. What's up, guys?
Today we're going to be reacting to our experience at the Conjuring House when we did our Ouija board session.
Come thou forth into the sacred triangle of Solomon.
The biggest effing Ouija board a Ouija board I've ever seen. I think it's a Ouija.
This place scarred us and changed our worldview, and honestly, I don't know how much of the Ouija board footage of other people's that I've ever believed in the past. Kid you not, this is gonna be mind-blowing.
This is what we got. Insane.
But first, let's bring it back to the origin of where Ouija started.
The infamous Ouija board has captivated the imaginations of people for generations.
I just said the same thing. I used to say a Ouija board, but apparently it's a Ouija board. It's not. Yesterday's podcast, Christian actually referred to it as an Ouija board, and I'm like, oh, so that's how it's said. This entire time I'm saying a Ouija board. I guess it really doesn't matter, but I guess it's a Ouija board. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
And has been a source of fascination for many individuals
That's really
seeking
creepy.
to communicate with the afterlife.
Is that what we look like doing that?
I think so.
Oh god.
Despite its use as a harmless game or a tool for entertainment,
Harmless game.
there have been numerous reports of negative experiences, including possession, haunting.
Look, that was the intentions back then. They just thought it was all a bunch of superstitious bullshit anyways, so they just made this toy and just were like, you know, people will buy it because they'll be curious. And they were right, people were curious. But people really didn't know that, yeah, this stuff actually started opening up portals and actually started, like, causing shit around people's houses to actually go nuts. Kids were waking up from nightmares. Of course, you know, you probably got scared playing this thing. I'm not gonna lie, it is a creepy concept. But yeah, a lot of people started like getting, you know, but stuff started moving around the house. Stuff started breaking and stuff. So they're like, oh my god, this thing is actually like causing something to be in here. And then when they tried to get rid of the Ouija board, it would find its way back to the house. It is a very creepy thing. I don't think I'll ever do an Ouija board myself. I actually will probably just stay the fuck away from that. I'm not interested in inviting something to follow me back to my home and endangering my family. Not for me.
And even death.
No!
Whoa! Have you ever heard of someone dying from the Ouija board?
I've never heard of that, ever.
Actually, I've only heard of negative experiences from a Ouija board session. No one's ever been like, oh yeah, I played with the Ouija board, it was a great time.
Well, people have, I'm pretty positive, been possessed. I mean, wasn't it the Enfield poltergeist situation? Wasn't that caused by an Ouija board? I mean, obviously there's a lot of speculations that case was entirely fake, but that is up for debate, obviously. But yeah, a lot of stuff, I mean, Ouija boards, I think if they open up a portal and something evil attaches itself to you, yeah, that thing could kill you. I mean, it's definitely a, I can't say this and take this seriously when he's looking at me like that with that smile. I'm gonna continue.
It's good, I met a new friend. His name's Casper, he follows me around everywhere.
Well, we did meet a new friend, and he didn't really like us. We'll get into that later. Do you want the entire world to know you exist?
The practice of spiritualism and communicating with the dead was nothing new prior to the commercialization of the Ouija board back in 1890.
Prior to the 1900s, seances were like a common thing. Like everyone like wanted to contact the dead and stuff. I feel like the Ouija board is the most known piece of ghost equipment ever to exist. There's probably hundreds, if not millions.
Somebody was actually like, hey, you know, people back then, they used to like want to conjure up spirits. Why don't we make that a family home game? Like, let's just get it going. Let's get that out there. Let's have, you know, families could have fun doing this, right? It's for the kids.
Of stories of real Ouija board sessions that like have never been recorded because they're all back in the day. And it's probably terrorized many millions of lives. Good job, Ouija board.
Yeah, that's not good.
Businessman Elijah Bond was one of the first to invest in the product. The group he was with asked the board its name, and it dutifully spelled out the word Ouija. The group also asked what the name actually meant. The board replied only, good luck.
Good luck? That's a good thing, right? If Ouija means good luck, a good luck board.
Unless it means good luck, like you don't know who you're going to bring in kind of stuff, like, oh, it's a 50-50 chance you're going to actually talk to someone nice, or you're going to bring in the most demonic entity you could ever possibly conjure up. Yeah.
Good luck is more ominous. It's like good luck finding out.
Yeah.
Oh, God. It's weird. Will I ever be tall enough to slam dunk?
Oh, not your movie.
Well, this is like a magic 8-ball.
Yo, wait, what? I know, like, everyone always laughs at the box because you only have to be, like, 8 years old to play with a Ouija board. So you have to be, like, 21 to drink alcohol, but 8 years old to summon demons.
But still, that was formatted to where it was like a fortune teller sort of a thing, or you were just asking general questions instead of trying to contact the dead.
Well, my parents let me go to the concert. I don't think they understand the implications of their actions, alright? Bad things could happen. I feel like most Ouija board clips are fake because you have a bunch of people that are all putting their hands on. Like, anyone can just play a prank.
Yeah, and I mean, we've heard from a lot of different experts as well in the past that, like, people will move it like a subconscious thing. So again, when there's a bunch of people around all doing something, it's very hard to believe.
We've kind of written off Ouija boards for years and years and years, but this is the first time we came back and did it, and it worked.
Sam and I are touching the planchette, so you might not believe us, but trust me, this was 100% real spirit board session.
It was just Colby and I, and we obviously were like, okay, let's 1000% do it for real, and we obviously trust each other.
Pay attention to how, like, detailed this whole, like, ritual setup is. It's insane. We got the salt around.
Salt circle.
There's one salt circle.
We also could not leave that salt circle at all, or else we'd be, like, cursed forever.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Where are we conjuring?
Oh, we're conjuring at the Conjuring House in a spirit circle.
We were actually conjuring a spirit.
That went over our heads.
Guys, we said we wouldn't do anything like Ouija boards or spirit boards, but we thought that under the guidance and supervision of a professional, we could do it.
Yeah, the only reason is she promised that we were gonna be fine. Basically, good spirits are gonna come through.
Worst part.
You know, it's funny because I was about to say there are no such thing as professional in the paranormal field, but I take to a certain degree that is true. When you're a ghost hunter, when you're out there just trying to find evidence, there's no professional. But when it comes to like doing rituals and seances in a specific field, yeah, they're professionals. I mean, I certainly don't know the first step to doing a seance. Not saying I would ever want to find any interest in doing a seance, but I'm certainly not a professional at setting that stuff up. But there, yeah, are no such thing, in my personal opinion, as a paranormal investigator professional. It's actually funny because, you know, one of the things I go back to, and I like to reference movies a lot because I'm a big movie guy. I'm not sure if you guys know this. I'm a big movie guy. The Exorcist movie really kind of spoke to me in that sense because I thought it before, but that movie really kind of like, yeah, I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. It's where the mother's asking, you know, the father to come to the house and maybe perform an exorcism. And the guy says basically that, you know just as much about exorcisms as any priest does. We don't know what we're dealing with. And I just I love that movie moment because I actually genuinely believe that's true. I don't think anybody here, we can speculate and we can theorize what everything means. I mean, of course, you know, that's why we love to get evidence because it kind of answers maybe hopefully some of the questions that we might have. That's kind of the fun part about the unknown is even knowing we think this might be what it means, that might not even mean what you think it means. It's kind of interesting that when you think about it like that.
About this was the back pain.
Oh, the back pain and like the thigh pain because we had to be sitting on our thighs the entire time.
We're going to study the names that I have written upon the spirit board.
These are all the
These are the four archangels that will be protecting us during this working.
I'm going to flip this over, and just to confirm, we are conjuring James.
James the soldier, yes.
The spirit board here looks crazy different too. Apparently this is like a real legit one.
She like blessed it or whatever, put spells on it.
Come thou forth, James the soldier, into the sacred triangle of Solomon.
This is why we think it worked so well, because the way she was summoning the spirits in was extremely specific, and she called in a bunch of other spirits and gods to help.
Is James here?
James, are you here?
James, are you
It may
here?
take a minute or two for it to move, so be patient.
I was so light on this.
Welcome, James. It's nice to have you here with us tonight.
I swear to God, I thought it was you the entire time.
You thought that was me the whole time? I thought it was you too.
Yeah.
But we promised each other before, we're like, absolutely no screwing around.
You can also...
Nah, dude, it's like, that's one of my biggest fears too. Again, one of the reasons why I won't use an Ouija board is because it's so easy to fake. The guys were right. It is so easy to manipulate a board. But even then, to the audience, it's very easy. I mean, if I start doing that stuff, and I'm not going to, if I started doing that, and it starts moving, of course there's going to be a part of the audience who are absolutely going to be like, you're moving it. You're faking it. It's obvious. Absolutely understand where they're coming from. Even knowing, like, it's already obvious, there's going to be a lot of people who just do not believe that this was a legitimate session and that the thing did not move by itself. That would be the case even if it wasn't. Because Ouija boards, again, are so easy to manipulate and fake on camera. Like, if you're somebody who does not believe Sam and Colby are honest, you already don't believe that this is a legitimate session, because you already think that they are faking it. And I put my trust into the guys until I actually have concrete evidence that they are fakers and liars. And that one video of the Belair house, when that came out, that was one of my moments to where I was thinking these guys could be possibly, like, faking it. Even knowing I didn't want to believe it, I still kind of don't want to believe it. And I don't think that's what it was about. I'd still say the disrespect to the Boo Bear was a good sign that they don't give a shit. You know, because, like, they're not treating the equipment with respect, and you think they would because they're paranormal investigating. That might be the strongest evidence I think I've ever seen of these guys possibly faking stuff. I certainly don't want to personally believe that because I like these guys. I genuinely think they have a good vibe about them. I want to believe that they truly mean what they say when they say that love conquers all. I want to believe that, and I'm hoping that is truly who they are and not faking it on camera, because that would really crush a lot of people. And I'm not just speaking for myself, because it would crush me. I'm speaking for everybody who is a fan of these guys. If they truly are not the people that they are on camera, it would completely shatter the whole persona that they have brought on, right? Because Sam and Colby are such big influencers that it might even have a bigger impact if they were fake. And if I do continue to watch their content after that fact, it's only for entertainment purposes only. I won't believe anything they say after that. But I think anybody would be the same way, right? I mean, if you still want to remain a Sam and Colby fan, even after the fact, or like, it just doesn't even have to be Sam and Colby, it could be any paranormal investigator. If you find out they're fake, people should at least self-acknowledge that it is fake, but they watch it for entertainment purposes. If you watch it for entertainment purposes after finding out they are fake, then that's completely fine, 100% respectable. But if there is hard, actual, concrete evidence of them doing it, I just don't like when there's actual evidence of fakery going on and people still try to come up with excuses for these guys. And even if you don't want to agree with it, at least understand where people are coming from when they see that and are like, okay, that's not really that convincing and that's not all that great. Yeah. All right, guys, let's go ahead and continue. I'm sorry, I went on a full-on rant.
Look at my fingers, how they're loosely on there, like they're not straight, both curved a little bit. That's why I thought it was you. But see, like, I'm just barely holding on.
To kind of explain this to you guys, because obviously you aren't us and you can't feel it, with the writing planchette, we're putting effort into it, we're pushing it around, and it's the subconscious mind that creates all those pictures. But this, we were just setting our fingers on there, and it was like as if it was like pulling out from beneath our fingers. It was strong force, especially a couple of them were quick, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? That was actually like a lot of pressure. We're not talking during this, we're not explaining that, which is why we're making this video, but it was genuinely like, oh wait, no, you have to be pushing that because it was so much energy.
We both blamed each other because it was that fast.
Yeah, it was unlike anything we've ever experienced before. It almost seemed like fake in the moment because of how fast it was. It was like, what the heck?
Interesting thing, but like, have you ever thought about the board, what the board's made of, and how the planchette, what it was made of, and how it was underneath it, like the platform it was standing on? Some things, when you slightly slide stuff on it, will go faster than other things. I would have to see the board, and I'd have to actually like be able to like, you know, show you guys to actually see it. I've never used an Ouija board, so I can't really speak on a personal level. So I don't want to do that. Never mind. I take that back. I'm not even going to touch the fucking thing.
This could not be real.
Have we been talking to you all week? Do you recognize us?
No.
See how fast that is? It's like actually scary how like much energy is in that.
That's insane.
Who have we been speaking to?
Because now that I look at the board, it looks very glossy, right? You can see reflections in it and stuff. So is it made of a smooth material? Like a very smooth material that might make it easy for stuff to slide across it? Sorry. I know, I'm probably like really going to piss off a lot of people for saying that, but I'm just giving more theories out there. Because like even if, let's say you're not putting that much pressure on it, I mean, your fingers still have to be slightly on it. So like even if you're not putting that much pressure on it, it can still make it slide. Like now that I'm looking at what the studs underneath it, or the little things underneath the planchette are, it does look like it might slide across very easily. Sorry guys, I'm just being honest.
2023?
So we're not looking at the crystal, we're looking at the point.
Oh. Oops.
Wait, see, that's like really interesting too. We don't even know where we're looking, and it's spelling other things.
Yeah, no, and there was a couple times, I think you guys might have seen this, where I put my hand like this so you could just see that I'm not looking.
Do you want the entire world to know that you exist?
No, and we're showing them!
Do you have a reason? Why do you not want the world to know about this?
I forgot what it said here, to be
I don't
honest.
know what it says.
A-D. Oh yeah, it spelled a lot of like nonsense.
Yeah, it was like it was trying, but first it said no. Again, this is just like this James guy, possible soldier
Wait.
that just didn't want to be talked to.
Could just be as simple as that.
Are there any consequences for us telling the world about these types of things? About you?
He's like, no, you're gonna be fine.
You're gonna be fine, I just don't want it personally.
So we were like, all right, sorry, James, we're gonna tell people. But we did make it very, very clear afterwards to tell people that if you go to the Conjuring house, leave James alone. Obviously, this guy does not want to talk to anybody.
James was fed up.
It's hypocritical for us saying that, but this is when we figured it out on like the last day.
Anything specific you would want to tell a lot of people about the afterlife or about you?
Oh, that's so cool.
About the afterlife or about you?
Hell or no?
You said.
Yeah. Oh, so say, I bet it's gonna be love again.
Oh, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Which is interesting because Abigail said, on Earth you should love.
Now, out of curiosity, if Satori and Cody were faking all of it, right? And I think a lot of people here, for the most part, are very much against Satori and Cody. There's a lot of people in the audience that are, even Sam and Colby fans, are actually like beginning to like say that they are so disappointed in Satori and Cody. At the end there, and they continued that rhythm, that message of love. If Satori and Cody were faking, and this is just something to think about, I'm not obviously pointing fingers and making statements. I don't want to be that guy. Satori and Cody are not legit, and Abigail was not actually there saying love is the answer. At the end there, when they get love over the Ouija board, and where she says, like, I bet you it's going to be love again, and they spell out love, what does that imply? Is that a Ouija board session a legitimate session that actually said love? Or, I think you know where I'm getting at, were Sam and Colby in on it and continuing that message of love? I mean, even Sam and Colby themselves, I'm kind of confident, have some doubts about Satori and Cody. So what does this imply? The whole message, and remember, they didn't say nothing about Satori and Cody until after all the stuff started coming out about Satori and Cody, and they said, we are unsure now. There's a lot of stuff that could be proven to be fake, and things along those lines. What does that mean about this Ouija board session at the end of the Conjuring video? It does kind of question them a little bit, doesn't it? Just a little bit. I'm not saying they're fake. I'm not saying they're lying. But as somebody who likes to say what's on his mind during these kind of videos, and after doing a little bit of research and actually watching other people's videos about Satori and Cody, what do you think about this? I have to know what you think.
But you said in the afterlife and something about you, and it also said love.
Love. Do you know Abigail?
Whoa.
That's the coolest takeaway of the entire...
Okay. As you guys know... Okay, this is bad. Okay, as you guys know, I'm not gonna... Okay, I'm gonna be honest. That makes me question them just a little bit. I did not realize it until just at this very... I'm getting a little bit nauseous, and I'm not meaning to. Do you know Abigail? Yes. So either Satori and Cody are not fake, and Abigail really was there, because you can't have either or, okay? You cannot. If Satori and Cody are fake, Abigail is not there. Straight up, blunt. Okay. Then how is Abigail's name coming through the Ouija board that is supposed to be a legit session? That makes no sense. That's questionable. That right there is questionable. Now, Abigail Arnold was a real person. Okay, we can give them the benefit of the doubt. Abigail Arnold was a real person. However, the Abigail Arnold that Satori and Cody had conjured up or was making up during their session, I do not believe was actually there. Sam and Colby, you really should have thought about this before posting this video, because there are going to be people now who are going to be questioning this, and I can tell this was filmed around the time that the Conjuring series was filmed. I can tell because of the clothes they're wearing and how they look. I can tell this was filmed around the time they filmed the Conjuring series, like around that time. And it was probably still in editing.
Entire thing, like, it was basically like, no, like, I think the human race kind of figured it out. You know, every cliche saying in the world is like, all you need is love. And even in the afterlife, people are like, no, you guys are right. Just chase that. Not all this other shit, not all, like, the quick happiness and stuff. Even the people in the afterlife are like, guys, it's love. That's the answer.
And it's simple. It doesn't need to be any more complex than that.
James, did you know we were gonna come here and make a video?
Could you see us?
Good question.
Yes.
See, they all knew!
That's so bizarre.
But you just personally didn't want the world to know about you?
He said yes.
Oh,
and we're making a video on it!
I'm sorry, James.
Do you remember us from 2
Guys,
years
do not
ago?
bother
We
James.
visited your grave, and we were talking with you with someone named Amanda.
Oh, wow. I don't remember that. That's crazy. He remembered us from 2 years. So it was the soldier we saw in the secret graveyard.
Yes.
That's insane.
If more people come here to the Conjuring House, would you prefer them not try to talk to you?
Supposed to be left alone, maybe.
Yeah. See, there we go, guys. Just don't talk to
You guys
James.
come to the Conjuring House, don't contact James.
There we go. Disclaimer.
Is there anything else you want to tell us about the woods? We're about to say goodbye. Nope. Okay.
Come talk to me.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
In the name of Yod Hey Vav Hey, I release you, spirit, from the sacred triangle.
You were
of
so
Solomon.
scared.
It was scary to watch.
It's still so mind-blowing. Just doing this, having such an insane experience, again, feeling the planchette like move underneath our fingers.
By far the craziest Ouija board session we've ever done, ever. I've trusted you in the past with all Ouija board sessions and stuff, but this was just way more crazy, and we know it was 100% real because it was you and I.
There's no one else that could be affecting that board right there.
So you didn't do it?
What if I said I did? Imagine after...
I would kind of believe it now. I truly believe that Satori and Cody specifically, was popping his joints. And then the message continues, even with Satori and Cody not there, Abigail, love, and everything, but it's with you guys. You gotta understand, even if you didn't fake it, you have to understand where I'm coming from now. I did not expect this when watching this video. It kind of changed the whole tone.
Month and a half, I'm just like, I'm screwed with you this
Oh, it was
time.
me, you fucking idiot! Was it you?
No.
I'm kind of shocked. I won't lie. Because I just picked that up. I need to know what you guys think down in the comment section. I really do. I really do. And let me know what your theories are. And I'm curious to know, if you're not a Satori and Cody fan and you truly believe they are faking, like you believe that they are 100% fakers and con artists, what do you think of Sam and Colby now after hearing that? After hearing that message went across and they know Abigail and stuff and all of that. Do you think they were actually in on it? That kind of really makes them look like they could have been. You know, lay down the gauntlet and say they were a part of it. I'm just saying that really makes them look like they were in on it. I do agree that the message of love is absolute. 100%. Regardless of Abigail, regardless of Satori and Cody, regardless of Sam and Colby. The message of love is absolutely there, and it definitely needs to be shown, for sure. There is no love in lying. There is no love in scamming. There is no love in being a con artist. Please don't lie. Don't be one of those fucking people, please. Because then you have moments like this where you're starting to question. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and end the video, guys. Sorry about that. Please keep it retro. Do take care. Much love, guys. Much love.